Hello, it's so nice to be back with a new video, and this one is especially nice because I made a promise I must keep. In the last video we created a palette swap shader based on grayscale percentages, which limited our power to swap up to 100 colors per shader instance. I highly recommend watching my previous video if you feel a bit rusty, because we are using the same core principles to map out even more colors. Okay, so our current threshold is 100 colors. We can immediately ramp that up if we switch to an 8-bit color range while recolorizing the original sprite, that is values from 0 to 255. Great! Now we have 256 grayscale values to play with. But what if I told you we can go even higher and overcharge the shader by taking each individual channel to reach an outstanding 766 color limit? Wait a minute, 766? 256 multiplied by 3? That gives us 768. What is happening here? Remember that each channel goes from 0 to 255, and the original colors of the sprite are stored in packets of 4, red, green, blue and alpha. Because we are separating these original colors, there is no easy way, at least that I know of, to differentiate between a 0 value in the red, a 0 value in the green, or a 0 value in the blue. This means that the first values in the green and blue channels will get cancelled out and map directly to the first value in the red scale. With that out of the way, we now only need to transfer our calculations into shader language. Maybe all of this is still a bit unclear, so I've prepared this little workflow in order to use the shader. First, we have our original colored sprite. Then, we make a copy of the sprite and recolorize it in consecutive shades of red, green or blue. Now we must create a new texture with size of 256 by 3 and hook it up to the shader. Finally, the shader works its magic by recolorizing the sprite. If we want to dynamically change the value, now we would only need to create a Git script and change that texture. I know this is a lot to take in just one video, so I've made these handy demos in, which hopefully will explain it in a more visual way. Up here we have our reference RGB texture, and immediately down below a copy of the texture that the shader will use to remap the colors. You may think that because we are using a texture, now it's impossible to change the colors, but thankfully we can generate a texture procedurally using the CPU to dynamically change the colors in our shader. And there you have it, a full 8-bit color swap shader, and the best thing is that you can get it for free right now. If you feel that this has helped you, consider donating on my Ko-fi account to help the channel back. Even $1 is enough to help me keep creating this amazing free content for you. As always, the files are available on GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, my itch.io page, and hopefully, fingers crossed, in the Godot asset library soon enough. And remember to like, share and comment, I love to see what projects you use this shader on. See you next time!